Welcome to the Well Woman Show. Each episode is a transformational journey using mindfulness, feminism, leadership, and strategy to support you to thrive personally, generate wealth, and impact your community. And now, here's your host, feminist thought leader, London School of Economics grad, leadership consultant, and transformational coach, Giovanna Rossi.
Hello, gorgeous Well Women. Welcome back to the show. I'm Giovanna Rossi, and I want to give our new listeners a great big welcome. You're in the right place if you are juggling lots of different things in your life, your career, your invisible workload at home, and just, all the things, right? And so you are also in the right place if you want to really reach your goals this year. And whether you know what they are yet or not, if you have specific things in mind or you are still working on that, this is a supportive community to kind of hold space for you and support you through your journey. And welcome back to the regular listeners. It's great to have you. And I'm excited to dive into this week's show, which is all about creating more energy and focus to tackle your 2020 goals, whatever they are, like however you define what success is for you this year. That's what we're going to talk about. How can you get more energy and focus to really tackle those goals? So, you might be feeling really excited and ready to nail your goals or ready to kind of strategize and figure out what you want to accomplish this year. And you also might be a little worried that you don't have the time and energy to actually follow through and do those things. I know I want to do so many things this year. I have a big birthday happening this year, so I have lots of plans, lots of goals, and some of them are really like, I want to learn Italian this year, like right now. I don't know if that, is going to happen, but I do have, I'm so old school. I have CDs in my car, learn Italian in your car. So I know I need to get on Duolingo or whatever, but this works for me right now. And when we go to Italy this summer, if I have a few words in Italian, actually, I already have a few words. I did study Italian at one point years ago, but I would like, to have little, at least little conversations in Italian. So that's one of my goals. But, back to what the topic is this week is, really, we might not be feeling super confident about which goals to tackle first, or how to maximize our limited time. So I have lots of what I think of as competing goals, but they don't really have to compete with each other. We can do everything we want to do. It's just a matter of prioritizing and a few other tips and tricks. But really, one of the questions I get asked a lot, daily, really, by busy women who are juggling career and family is, how do I get it all done? And I am here to tell you, gorgeous Well Woman, that the very first step to getting it all done is having a morning routine that works for you. I also have another kind of half step. That's the first step, but there really is another step, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, which is redefining getting it all done, right? What does that really mean? What are we really trying to do here? But in any case, whatever you're trying to do, and I know it's a lot, the very first step really is having a morning routine that works for you. So this is not having a morning routine that works for other people. It's not having it's just, there are specific ways that you can craft and create a morning routine that really works for you. And that will set you up with the energy and the focus that you need for the day. So without that, nothing else will fly. not more coffee, not having a vision board, and not another expensive planner. Am I right? So I am here to help you set yourself up for success this year with a morning routine that will energize you and keep you focused so you can accomplish your 2020 goals. And reaching your annual goals is the culmination of all of your daily activities, right? Which are greatly determined by how you start the day. So I know for some of you, it's really uncomfortable. You're like, okay, let me just turn this off. I don't want a morning routine. I don't want to change my routine. I have a routine. I hear you. I get it. If you're happy with what you're doing, great. If you think you could tweak it a little bit, or you want to reset or like a boost, that's what we're doing here today. And so this is not to like tell people that you're doing it the wrong way, or you're doing the wrong thing, or you should, do this over here. It's really about exploring what is, what works, and let's see what pieces of that, can work for you, right? It's pretty basic. So it's no secret that the most successful people, quote unquote, successful, have a morning routine. And the reason I put successful people in quotes is because it's all relative, right? Like success to you is different from success to another woman. And we all have a different definition of what we, how we feel successful. And I actually dive into that quite a bit in my interviews. If you listen to the show, you'll know that I interview lots of awesome rock star women about their habits and success. And after interviewing literally hundreds of them, from Jen Sincero to Julia Cameron and Byron Katie to Malika Chopra and Amy Porterfield, I learned that having a morning routine is on the top 3 list of priorities, the top 3 priorities for a majority of these women. So little side note, the other 2 things on the list of 3, because you're probably wondering, like, okay, morning routines is one of the 3. What are the other 2? So the other 2 are some sort of mindfulness practice and having a network of women to support you. Those are the other 2 things that a majority of women that I interview tell me helps them be successful. So I am here to confirm, and I think this is especially true for women, that morning routines work. So a morning routine will really energize you and keep you focused and set you up for a successful day, which, as I said before, a successful day, like several of them in a row, makes for a successful week, and several successful weeks makes for successful months, and then the year. And so you end up achieving these great big goals by looking at the day to day, the little things, right? Every single day. And how we start the day will determine how you move through the day and how you accomplish different things. We'll be right back. I'm so thankful for support from Natural Awakenings Magazine in New Mexico, a monthly green, healthy lifestyle publication, and for support from High Desert Yoga, promoting optimum physical health, clarity of mind, and spiritual inspiration for all. Many of you have followed my journey from consulting to women's leadership and empowerment, starting a nonprofit, raising 2 kids, and everything in between. I've really taken some time this year to focus in on where I can help the most women with their own desire to create social impact and also a good income for themselves and their families. As my consulting and coaching practice is growing, I found that one of my favorite things to do is the free discovery sessions. I love hearing about people's passions for the work they do, sharing what I do, and helping people understand what my hybrid consulting coaching is all about. Hint, hint, serious strategy plus spacious mindset. So if you find yourself worrying about whether you'll ever make it in the thing you're pursuing, or waking up in the middle of the night anxious about money, lacking energy you need to get everything done, or procrastinating on moving forward with projects and tasks, or even if you're in a leadership role, but you're second guessing yourself and not getting things done, I'd love to talk to you. These conversations help me get clear on how I can help more leaders create the impacts and income they want so they can start living with ease and joy. Plus, you'll get a free hour with me to get crystal clear on what you want to create for your company or organization and your life, and what's been holding you back. So if you're interested, you can book a call at wellwomanlife.com/learn more. We're back on the Well Woman Show. So I want to ask you, how do you start the day? And you can head over to the Well Woman Life community group if you're already a member. There's a thread in there that we're starting talking about this. I'd love to know, how do you start the day? And if you're not a member of the group, you can request to join. It's free, and it's on Facebook, wellwomanlife.com/Facebook. And so how do you start the day? Is it reaching for your phone right away? I know I've done that more than once. Is it jumping out of bed and taking care of the needs of others immediately, whether it's your pets or your kids or other things that are demanding your attention? Is it, what is it? How are you starting your day? For many of us, it is like, just try to stagger to the coffee pot and then see if that will help. And then, like, when we get to our desk, we're like, oh gosh, I hope the kids were fed and I hope everything is cool, because here I am, and this is all I've got. So I'm here to tell you that with a little extra love and care for yourself in the morning, you can feel more spaciousness in your day, and you can expand the amount of love that you give and receive, and you can feel more joyful. And when you feel more joyful, you are more productive. And when you're more productive, of course, you accomplish those goals that you have. So I wanted to also share some of the science behind routines and give you some examples of people you might recognize their names. So Jane Austen would wake up and immediately play the piano, and then she would make breakfast with her family, and then she would write. President Obama always did his cardio and weight routine, followed by breakfast with his daughters. Arianna Huffington begins each day with yoga and meditation, and Steve Jobs would contemplate the philosophical question, if today were my last day on earth, what would I do differently? I love that. So why does creating a morning routine give you the foundation to move through your day with ease, accomplish your goals, avoid burnout, and help you make the impact and income you desire? And is a morning routine really the key to thriving as a high-achieving woman and creating the life of your dreams? Well, it has worked for me, and it has worked for the people that I interview on my show, and it's worked for my VIP clients in my coaching. And so now it's your turn. I want everyone to benefit from this awesome thing called morning routine. So the science behind the connection between routines and mental health is also very interesting. The importance of mental health has been associated with a variety of mental health conditions, including bipolar disorder, addiction, depression. And I know for some of us listening, we can relate to, one or more of these things at some point in our life. The reason behind this is that when we organize ourselves and we know what to expect, it's easier to actively work toward counteracting the thoughts and symptoms of any of those mental health conditions. And so a study published in the Lancet Psychiatry found that people who favor an active daytime routine over a nighttime one have healthier sleeping cycles. These consequently are associated with better mental health and minimize the risk of developing emotional difficulties. Those with an interrupted sleep cycle, on the contrary, have a higher predisposition to manifest mental health difficulties. So, before you get all bent out of shape thinking like, oh, I got to go get a new morning routine. How am I going to do this while I'm also doing everything else I have on my plate? I want you to just take a moment here, take a deep breath, and lucky for you, I have a training starting January 19th on this very topic. So I'd love for you to join me and other high-achieving well women as we walk step by step through creating your morning routine in just 5 days. So we'll do a little bit every day starting on January 19th. And the process we're going to go through will really help you redefine getting it all done. Like, what does that really mean? It will help you create a unique morning routine just for you. It will help you know when and how to do your planning, learn how to drop into your focused state quickly and easily, know exactly what your body needs for energy, and master any mindset obstacles getting in your way. So save your spot in this training by heading over to wellwomanlife.com/morning routine. And it starts January 19th, goes for 5 days. Add the dates to your calendar, register over at the link, wellwomanlife.com/morning routine. And I really can't wait to interact with all of you on this. It seems like such a basic, no-brainer. But really, when you dive into it, there's so much to it because there are so many options, right? There's so many different things we can do with our morning, including sleep. I know some of you are thinking that. But we can develop our unique morning routine that will really support us to stay energized and focused. So before we wrap up, I would love to tell you a little bit more about myself. For those of you who know me, this actually you might learn one or two new things here. But for those of you who don't know me, I'd really like to let you know just a little bit here. I'm a leadership and transformation coach for high-achieving, career-driven women who want to earn great money while creating social impact and doing it with ease and joy. So I'm here to guide driven women to truly prosper, and I want to help you step into your fullest potential in life and career as change agents in the world. And I love sharing valuable content. So I regularly send out free trainings, resources, tips, and of course, the interviews with all of the awesome women that are on this show about creating a fulfilling life without the burnout, right? Like, we don't want to go into crisis mode before we figure out let me do things differently. So I've actually received the Woman of Influence Award. I received it in 2018 because of my work in women's rights and empowerment throughout my career. And I'm really interested in supporting women who want to get in the driver's seat of your life and make money and make a difference. So if that's you, you are definitely in the right place. I work from home most mornings here in beautiful New Mexico in the United States, interviewing rock star women and coaching high-achieving women through my signature Burnout to Bliss program for thriving in work and life. And a few years back, I grew my consulting business very quickly while raising my 2 young kids. I got my radio show on NPR, woot woot, which is so exciting. And I started a nonprofit organization. I've actually had a 6-figure business going on 10 years now, and I'll be celebrating a big anniversary later this year related to that. And I truly believe that we create what we need in the world. and I needed to be able to thrive at work and thrive at home as well. And so now I'm sharing with other women everything that I've learned and the frameworks that I've developed and the research and the science behind it all using my signature Well Woman tools that some of you have probably experienced and others not yet. And so there have been many career highlights since leaving my job as a policy advisor to our governor in our state. But today, I just want to quickly touch on one career highlight, which was when I had the honor of speaking at the Women's Economic Forum in The Hague. I spoke on the topic of integrating work and life because, let's face it, balance doesn't really exist. And I talked about what it takes to thrive as a woman in the world today, and what it really takes to make consistent income doing what you love and having a personal life in which you can love and be loved. So this is my wheelhouse of expertise, and I really love sharing all about this. I could really talk about this all day long, but I won't. I'm going to sign off now, and I'd love to know about you too in your life and what you're up to. So if you have any questions for me or you want to just say hi, join me over in the Well Woman Life community group, wellwomanlife.com/Facebook. And if you're ready to join me to get your 2020 year started right, you need to reset or get grounded. Save your spot in the free training, wellwomanlife.com/morning routine. And I'll talk to you soon. That's it for our show today. Remember, if you need support to live your Well Woman life, head over to wellwomanlife.com/Facebook to join our community. As a reminder, we are on NPR every week, so be sure to tune in at npr.org/podcasts and search for The Well Woman Show. If you enjoyed today's show, please take a moment and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a review. This helps raise visibility, which is super helpful when it comes to producing the show every week. For feedback, comments, or just to let me know you were listening, find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Well Woman Life. I'm Giovanna Rossi for The Well Woman Show. Until next time, have a super powerful week.